Good day, everybody. This is a game of Dota 2. Third time is a charm, right? So we have MUFC going up against Orange, which will mean that I have to turn off my starboard. There we go. We have a game for the WCG Malaysia Qualifier, which will mean that the winner of this match, which is a best out of three rather, the winner of this match will be going into China. Yes, that's right. China, World Cyber Games, that is what these teams are qualifying themselves for. And not just that, they're also qualifying themselves for the game, which will be tomorrow, or tournament, which will start tomorrow for the Asian Championship Games. Will that be Orange, who came here through the winner's bracket, only has to win one game because they have a winner's bracket game advantage? Or will that be MUFC, who has to win 2 games to be able to make it through to win this tournament? We will find out. We'll find out as everybody loaded in. That's actually really good. For the people asking this, I'm not casting this via Dota TV, and I don't think this match is accessible via Dota TV to begin with. There's multiple streams for this game, though. If you want to watch that, then you can do that too. The link I did in the Twitch chat is the link to the stage camera, and I believe that you will also be able to hear the on-stage commentators, even though you'll not be able to follow them in-game. As in, you won't be able to have the game full screen. You'll see the same thing the whole time. You see the screen of Orange sitting there behind their computers within the back, the screen of the game. So far, what do we have? We have Orange banning out the Darkseer as well as the Naga Siren. MUFC banning out the Lycan and the Nature's Prophet. Nice to see the Naga Siren getting banned again, or at least in the previous game, in case you were watching that one. We saw Naga Siren making it through the bans and picks and not getting picked up or banned the entire game. So yeah, that is at least gonna be different this time, as well, as we see them banning it out. And I just noticed I still have to set myself as offline so that we won't get interrupted by any messages, as you just saw. Well, actually, I don't think you just saw that, but anyway, no messages anymore. We have a Leshrac ban out by MUFC, and it looks like the first pick is gonna go to MUFC after this last ban from Orange. Let's see what they are gonna ban out, who they are gonna ban out, which hero do they not want to face. Is it gonna be a Chen, for example, because all the jungle heroes are still in? Even though banning out a Chen now will make it easy for MUFC to pick up the Enchantress later on, even though that's not really that good of a first pick. We'll find out though. It's gonna be the Rubik that's gonna be banned out first. Rubik is gonna be out of the pool, which is kind of a shame because he makes for good plays, to be fair. He makes for good plays. Let's see the first pick of MUFC now. We still have the jungle heroes in, even though it doesn't look like the teams that are playing today, or at least the ones that we have seen so far, are that interested in playing those. Like, all jungle heroes are still in, as in Enchantress, Chen, as well as the Enigma. Well, let's see though what they want to go for. Invoker is still in the pool as well. They could try to go very hard and go for a Morphling first pickup. I doubt they'll do that though, but it is a possibility. It's gonna be a Chen. It's gonna be a Chen. So they will leave Orange to pick up either a Enigma or an Enchantress. If they want to do that, I mean, they don't have to really be afraid of MUFC picking that one up for the first for the last 2 picks in this drafting phase. Because you know, they could just leave their jungle pick for their 3rd pick for Orange side, so they can go for something else now. If that made sense. That made sense, right? Should be making sense.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds remaining before going into bonus time. They're taking their time, at least, well, they are the only team so far that has actually used some of their bonus time.
Reserve time.
Reserve time, there we go. And there's a Tidehunter, so hell, wow. Nice. I do like these pickups. So, we know that Orange is gonna go for aggression. We're gonna see Tidehunter as soon as he's level 6. He's gonna try to get team fights. He's gonna try to ravage you, and he will use his team fights to get kills. Templar Assassin, same thing. As soon as she's level 6, even though it also depends slightly on her farm, but as soon as she's level 6, she will be roaming around trying to get kills. What MUFC can do though, they can still pick up some counters to the Templar Assassin, like a Venomancer. I mean, a Venomancer is a good support to have. It is, for example, also nice to have with a Morphling if they want to do that. But
Reserve
it is also easy to go for a Venomancer solo laning against Templar Assassin. And there we have indeed the Venomancer combined with the Lone Druid,
Orange's
so
turn to
giving
pick.
some away for their tactic as well. I mean, they'll have a Chen in the jungle, they'll have a Lone Druid probably solo laning, even though we have seen him in a dual lane as well. At least he'll be the carry for MUFC, or at least he is the late game guarantee. We're gonna see if they can farm him up before Orange gets too strong with their Templar Assassin and Tidehunter so far, but we'll find out. Let's see if Orange indeed wants to go for a jungle hero, or if they're gonna leave the risk of having them banned out by MUFC. On the same time, if they leave both jungle heroes in, they either force MUFC to ban out both, which means that they're not gonna be able to ban out anything else. I know, it's logic, it's cool. If you ban out 2 other heroes, you can't ban out anything else. But that might be exactly what they want. As in, they might want different heroes, or are they gonna have, or is MUFC gonna leave them in which case they can still pick up the jungle heroes, so they can have a positive side on each if they don't go for an Enchantress or for an Enigma now. But if they do go for an Enigma, or for yeah, what's gonna mean only Enigma, then they have like a lot of team fight, in which case it might be slightly too much, but because they already have the Tidehunter, so it's not really that needed. They go for a Windrunner, so having that solo lane for them, possibly up against the Lone Druid. And MUFC, are they gonna ban out the Enchantress? Are they gonna ban out the Enigma? Or are they gonna just leave them in? Or ban out only one of the 2? Like maybe only the Enchantress. We'll find out. Nah, there's at least the Enchantress out.
Orange's
So Enigma
turn
is
to
still
ban.
in. I did like every time I cast it last week in the loser bracket. I mean in the prelims for the international. Every time the lady says Orange's turns to pick, I imagine an orange turning to pick, like an orange, a fruit. Anyway, that was my own imagination, I guess, doing its job. Anyway, let's see what Orange is gonna ban out. Let's see what don't they want to fight? They know they still have to find a solo. Nah, Venomancer could go solo. Maybe something like a Earthshaker or something banning out, because right now the team fight, it's gonna be a Beastmaster, so still a solo lane ban out, and they don't want to face the Roar. Making me think that maybe they want to still pick up the Enigma, unless the Enigma gets banned out now, because of course Beastmaster is a nice counter to the Enigma. You can Roar regardless of his BKB or not. We'll find out, at least if MUFC is gonna ban out the Enigma. Then that's gonna be end of story for that one. Oh, I say such logical things today. Any hero that's gonna get banned out right now is gonna be the end of the story for that hero.
10 seconds remaining.
And I will be quiet so that you can hear the lady say Orange's turn to ban.
5 seconds remaining.
Hopefully it will come soon.
Reserve time. Orange's turn to ban.
So tell me you didn't think the same thing now that I said that. Orange's turn to ban. I see like a bunch of oranges turning around and they're gonna ban. I don't know. It's confusing. It is confusing. It's funny though. It's funny in a good way. And it's a brute mother. That was the last ban for MUFC. And I'm sorry, I've now infected you with it. Every time you hear that, you're gonna see in your head those oranges turn into ban. Bam! Accomplished. So let's see the last ban for Orange.
10 seconds remaining.
Are they gonna ban out another solo lane? Something like a Queen of Pain or something?
5
Maybe
seconds
still a Sand
remaining.
King would be a good option. And Invoker was still in the pool. I almost forgot about that one.
MUFC's turn to pick.
Like MUFC's turn to pick. You don't think about anything else when you hear that. Right? So, first pick, MUFC. What did they want to go for? Because we know Lone Druid, we know kind of what they want to do, but they need heroes to keep Orange busy until that Lone Druid is over. Until the Lone Druid is big. So it is going to be a Queen of Pain. I did say her as a possible ban target, but she is going to be picked up by MUFC. She's just a strong hero, and she is going to be a hero that, as soon as she's level 6, she's going to be all over the map, and she is indeed going to be able to catch the attention of Orange, making sure that that Lone Druid gets enough time to farm. Let's see how Orange is going to reply to that. Yes, Enigma still being picked up.
MUFC
And the reason I'm so excited for that is because there's going to be black holes. And look at Orange's lineup right now. They are like, right, we have to give the viewers some action. We have to give the viewers some exciting things to cheer for. So we're going to go for team fights. We're going to go for Templar Assassins, like ganking style and stuff. And you know, they just look very good so far. And in theory, every single of these heroes for Orange are going to be able to solo lane if they want to. So they just missed their support.
5 seconds
Winter in a solo lane, Templar Assassin, solo mid, Enigma in a jungle, so they just need something to go with the Tidehunter, a ranged support or something like that.
Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden. Well, there's still a lot of options. Let's see, last... No, I said ganking style. Not ganking Gundam style. But, last pickup for MUFC. I have the Queen of Pain, probably solo lane, you have the Chen in the jungle. Lone Druid, probably solo lane or has the support with him, in which case, well, they need a... Well, I would still say they need some team fight. That is what I still say. I'm not sure how they're gonna put it in, but look at Orange. They need something to disrupt the lineup from Orange. Sand King would do well. Earthshaker would do well also. Shadow Demon, if they want to go for that, but I don't think they do want to go for that. They need to have someone that can, well, it depends on if Venomites are gonna solo or not, but they need to have like something that can disrupt Orange lineup, and you can do that with a Fissure. You can do that with a Disruption. What else? Maybe they still want to go for the Vengeful Spirit so they can swap out the Enigma, but then again, it's not really that ideal.
10 seconds remaining.
Mineski is playing tomorrow.
Remaining.
4 people just tuning in, just to have a short recap. There's the Sand King. I told it.
Orange's turn to pick.
But just for people that have us, we'll do that after the drafting phase actually, just to say what we're seeing and what we're gonna see still tomorrow, because this is actually the last game of the day. So Sand King will be picked up here by MUFC, having some team fight. He is good at disrupting that as well. I mean, with those burrow strikes, if you can get a good one in, he'll be able to totally disrupt the fight for Orange. And important as well is that he can burrow strike upon the Templar Assassin. If she's melted, they can at least do some damage to her, together with the Sonic Wave, for example, or the Shout. Like, she's not totally invulnerable when she's in the meld.
Reserve time.
And last ban going to reserve time. There was actually only 2 seconds left for MUFC in their reserve time, so still 40 seconds left for Orange to decide what they want to go for. Is it gonna be some sort of support? You know what would be even funny if they have no. It would be something together with the Tidehunter. So it's not gonna be as I was almost thinking about Earthshaker, just to have, you know, more team fight potential. But no, it's gonna be a ranged semi-support kind of thing. And I still think Crystal Main would be okay-ish. But then again, there's a lot of options right now. Even something like a Shadow Shaman support would be good. A lot of disable in there. Because if we look at... Okay, you know what? Who cares about supports? Nobody cares about supports. Tidehunter support, perhaps. Death Prophet is gonna be picked up here. So pushing power here as well. I was so off for this one. I'm glad I had the Sand King and the Queen of Pain correct. So anyway, Death Prophet picked up. Look at that line of Orange going very aggressive in this. The only downside though, if they do have the Tidehunter as support, that will mean that he won't be getting level 6 that fast. So that is going to be the dangerous part for him. And just to switch over to overlay so we see the entire map, almost, when everybody picked up the hero, will give me some time to tell you what you are watching right now, because this is the best out of 3. This is the best out of 3 for the World Cyber Games Malaysia, to determine which one of these 2 teams is gonna be going to China for the World Cyber Games, for the Games Week in China. And it is Orange coming through the winners bracket, so they have 1 game advantage in this best out of 3. So they only have to win 1 and then they're in. For MUFC, they have to win 2, because they came through the losers bracket which they got knocked into by Orange. So they are slightly at a disadvantage here, and they're gonna of course do everything they can to make sure that they still have a chance to win one and make it even, and then take another one to win and go to China. Next to that, there's also, by the way, there's also money prizes for these two teams. I believe the winner of this wins, apart from they win Razor stuff regardless, both of these teams do. The top prize also gets 3,000 ringgits, Malaysian ringgits, and the second prize 2,000. I'm not 100% sure about the numbers, but I think that is the case. Apart from these prizes for this tournament that's on itself, the World Cyber Games qualifiers for Malaysia, they also win an invite to the games that are going to be played tomorrow and the day after. And those games are going to be for the Asian Championship Games. That will start in CEST time at 4 AM. If you live in Malaysia, or if you're in the Malaysian time zone, which is +8 GMT, it's going to start at 11 AM. So, if you're wondering, where is everything being played right now? Well, it is being played at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center. It's all live, as in it is a live event, though I am not there. Neither is any other English caster, or at least not one that you can find on any stream on Twitch or own. Toby is casting this as well, by the way. But we're all sitting in Europe. There is a cast going on in the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center, and I did link that earlier, even though you see just the stage view, so you don't see the whole map, the whole camera covering the Dota 2 thing. You see Orange sitting there behind their computers, and in the back you see the screen. You do hear the commentators though, and I did link it earlier. If you can find the link back, or maybe someone in the chat can link it to you. But it is being played live, and the players don't hear me or hear any other caster than the ones that are actually at the convention center, so I don't have to worry about that part. So that is what we're watching. World Cyber Games Finals. Which one is gonna go to China for this Malaysian qualifier? We will find out. Orange only has to win one game, MUFC has to win 2, and I just noticed I still have to turn something off. That is that one, so that you can see the games, the team names a bit more easy. So let's see who's playing what for Orange on the dire side. First, we have Extinct, or X, playing the Enigma. We have Mushi on the Tidehunter. And for the people asking, where is Ice? Ice is ill, so he's not playing today. We've got the Templar Assassin being played by KYXY. We have Winter playing the Windrunner, and we have Yamate on the Death Prophet. And I have to actually say, the first ever competitive game that was played the day after the Templar Assassin came out was played for the Pro Dota 2 League, was played by Orange, was played by KYXY, and I actually got a chance to cast that one. It was the first game I ever casted with Templar Assassin, and apart from the fact that I kept calling her Phantom Assassin, he was owning with that hero. So I'm hoping that he will be able to do the same thing again for his sake. Of course, MUFC is going to try to do everything they can to not have that happening. For MUFC, we have Nat playing the Venomancer on this bottom lane. We have Ken on the Lone Druid. We've got the Chen played by Ling. In the mid lane we will have the Queen of Pain played by Sharky, and on the top lane we'll have Sand King played by WWK. And I'm actually curious to see if he is going to be staying there as a solo lane or not, and if he's going to have the help of the bear who was not able to deny that rune. And we have a pause coming out again from Orange. Something about sound, off sound. There it is, off. And yes, Mushi Tidehunter. He is playing support. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Mushi fans. I realized that also when I was in Seattle. There is really a lot of Mushi fans, and apart from his normally aggressive play, that a lot of people like to see it. He is now going to be playing in Tidehunter. Sorry for those wanting to see Mushi Queen of Pain or something along the lines, but it's actually going to be Sharky Queen of Pain this time. Sharky, the person that was not able to make it to Seattle for MUFC. And actually Orange ended up in the top 8 for the international, so they got some money from that as well. Must not forget, MUFC not able to compete in that one, having their place taken by Mouse Sports. And we have the Ghost once again. So we already saw that the Lone Druid was with the Venomancer on the bottom lane, and they are gonna be up against a Windrunner. So Windrunner is gonna try to stay alive. Everybody's gonna try to stay alive. But she is gonna try to maybe stop the Lone Druid from farming, even though it will be quite difficult to stop her from farming. What is this bear doing, really? Bear helping Sand King. I mean, I've seen this before, where the bear from the lone druid is actually helping the one on the top lane, which is not the lone druid. But we'll be able to pull the lane back, and we'll give Sand King some place to farm. Sorry, wait a second. Wow, I'm not choking, not at all. Crazy talk. So, Death Prophet will be on the top lane. She'll be having a jolly good time for his Sand King that is not really moving away from his tower. Mid lane will be difficult though, or sorry, different. I'm not saying difficult because both of these should be able to stay alive. They have got escape mechanisms. Well, refraction can be called an escape mechanism, and they should be okay. They should be getting some farm, having a good old time. And until they're level 6, I'm not expecting anybody to die here unless someone's gonna get help from the jungle, which could of course happen with Chen there as well as the Enigma there from the other side. And we have indeed the Sand King having the bear help out, and he got some creeps to kill off, which is happy for him. He's getting some experience, finally. Some experience for the Sand King, as that is what he's really needing, because he is up against Orange that has two massive teamfight heroes, the Tidehunter as well as the Enigma, and he is the only team fight that MUFC has, so he has to get those levels. He has to get that level 6 and start using it straight away. Wow, what are you doing, Sharky? Getting some side damage apparently. And harassing KYX by here slightly. But yeah, Sand King, very important that he gets those levels up, and of course Orange knows that, so they're gonna try to stop that from happening as they try to pull the forest and make sure that they stack the camps and make sure that there's not going to be any creeps moving towards the Sand King. Haste rune for the Queen of Pain, which he got on the top lane. Gonna throw some more harassment into the Templar Assassin, but it should be okay still here. I'm wondering where the first blood is going to happen. That's something that I normally do when I'm casting. Where is that first blood going to be? Is it going to be bottom lane? I don't think so. Windrunner is fairly safe. Staying far back, still level 1, he's got 18 experience so far. We do see Venomancer looking for a place to throw out that Gale, but... What are they doing? Men fight. Okay. So, in theory, these two should be okay. Unless one of them makes a massive mistake. In theory, like I said, these two should be fine as well. Until they're level 6, which they actually almost are, level 4 already. In the meantime, on the top lane, first blood, it could happen here, but Sand King is playing so safe though. And he, as you can see, he has not specced a single skill, so if he needs to, well, now he does, if he needs to, he will have a Sandstorm, he can burrow strike away. And we see Yamate playing very aggressive, trying to go maybe for some damage up on that Sand King. Sand King, who is getting some extra experience now, that he can get into range of some last hits here again. Yamate, wow, is he really gonna go for this? Where's the Sandstorm? He really should consider it quite soon, but nope, not gonna happen, and it's Death Prophet that backs out. Yamate is not gonna get a kill this time. No first blood just yet, and I'm kind of wondering, are we only gonna see first blood after we see either Ling or X moving out of the jungle to help do that? Because these two teams are playing it so carefully. It is just... You can feel the tension. I mean, for Sand King, okay, not that much tension. He's just sitting there. But in the mid lane, you can feel it. I mean, both of these have they have something to escape. Oh, hello. Gale hit, right clicks hit, but Nat, I don't think he's gonna be able to get him unless he's going to dive. In which case, he might be ending up badly. He might be oh no, he just leaves his illusion go for that. And Queen of Pain, or sorry, Templar Assassin is actually not gonna go for that. Not gonna help out. And Windrunner is gonna be fine. Gonna be able to pop herself as well. No kills just yet, just a chase down, and a long one at that. I mean, Windrunner all the way back towards the middle lane, and she's leaving the lone druid to farm. I mean, if we look at the last hit, 27 for 13, he is having a fun time here, even more than the Death Prophet, who is almost free farming, and he got mana boots now as well. I mean, slightly less free farm for the Death Prophet, slightly less denies for the Death Prophet as well, which is probably the massive difference there, and of course, the fact that she has been farming under her tower doesn't really help. Level 3 up on the Sand King. And here comes the Chen. And with the Troll Warlord, there is a refraction up though. Is there gonna be a net? There's a dust. You can't go into melt right now. There's the net. Is there gonna be more? And there is gonna be more. And there is gonna be a first blood. And it is gonna be Sharky that picks that one up.
First blood.
Test of Fate helping out, and the Chen coming out of the jungle, securing first blood. And purely because he came out of the jungle before the Enigma did, he was able to help out with that first blood, going towards MUFC. Called it. Waha. Sorry. Sand King, I mean, he's not doing that bad. He's got only 6 last hits, but he's got 700 gold. He's having fun. In the meantime, here comes Enigma, so they want to push. They have got the Isles, they have got level 6 Enigma. If you should put up a fight, then there's going to be that. There's also going to be an Exorcism. There's going to be a Bear from the other team that's just going to pass through. But this is looking quite squishy for this tier 1 tower. Exorcism being used. Idols are there as well, Tidehunter just in case, but I do think this tower will drop. There's nothing really that the Sand King can do to stop that. We do have the Queen of Pain picking up an invisibility rune and gonna try to go for that. She is level 6, even though she did not pick up her Sonic Wave at level 6, but she's still gonna go for a tower. Gonna drop. There we go, Burrow Strike. Who's he gonna Burrow Strike? Nobody? Tower will drop here. Yeah, there we go. Death Farmer picking up the last hit. There's Yamate taking a Shadow Strike, Malefice, Sand King, and there's a black hole though, catches Queen of Pain, Hand of God going through, will be enough. Where's the Blink? Blink is there, nobody goes down on either side though. Nice baiting out of the black hole, tower still drops, so it is still a fight in favor of Orange, but having that black hole not catching out anybody, or not killing off anybody, is kind of good for MUFC, because it could have ended a lot worse than that 2 versus 3. Not a very even matchup. In the meantime, we see MUFC pushing on this bottom lane. They're up only versus the Windrunner. Windrunner who is still level 1. Whoa! I mean, I knew she didn't have any last hits, but that she wasn't able to get into experience range. But now she's level 2. Yeah, but she was level 1 when we still were here, like a second ago. We're gonna take a Gale. Centaur is there to stun if needed. Nope, misses. Windrunner was there before that. Tower will still drop though, so they say they get that. In the meantime, bottom lane, we see Sand King level 5 right now, and the tower through the lane is still getting pressured a lot by Yamate and X. Tier 1 tower on the bot lane disappears on the side of Orange. The Windrunner still holding ground. I mean, she didn't die yet. Okay, so that's like good, but you know, level 1 versus the level 6 Lone Druid is quite painful, especially since the support Venomancer is even higher than her. But you couldn't really do that much. Sand King moving back towards the bottom lane. Is he gonna try to get a deny, and in which case he should be really careful. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. And that's the second tower down. Death Prophet picking up the tower, pushing power on the Orange. It's quite big. In the meantime, Sharky, Sonic Wave, but it's not enough. Tidehunter picks up the kill. Blink was on cooldown. Yes, it was. Couldn't go anywhere, as the regen rune will be picked up by the Templar Assassin. And we have a rotation from MUFC towards the bottom lane. They want to try to get a tower as well. They need a tower as well, because otherwise Orange is just going to go ahead with those tower advantages that they have now. Well, 1 tower advantage even. And they need their own tower. As in, they want to make it even.
Radiant's middle tower is
it's going to be Death Prophet to defend it as well, though. Death Prophet who picked up a Arcane Boot is going to probably go for Bloodstone as the first item. And in mid lane so far, Templar Assassin 37 for 11. Not doing bad at all. But if you look at the last hits for the Radiant side, I mean, that Lone Druid is just owning the place. And Chen even slightly higher than the Enigma, and that is purely because the Enigma is just pushing right now, or was pushing, because he is he is actually not back inside the jungle, while the Chen actually is in the jungle. There's 4 heroes of Orange gathering up in this middle lane, so it looks like they really want this tier 1 tower. Are they gonna get it though? It's a question, because I do think that MUFC knows what they want to go for, and the wards are being placed by the Venomancer. There is no Ravage just yet. Tidehunter still level 5. Black Hole 13 seconds, but look at that damage being done. Idol's there as well. Gale hits on 2, so that is something, but that tower, is it gonna get denied? That's gonna be the question right now, and yes, it does get denied. Net up on the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin refraction there. Shackle, nice one. Power shot as well. Chen with a test of face still finishes up the Templar Assassin, while Enigma drops to the Queen of Pain, and the rest of Orange has to back out. That was not worth the deny of the tier 1 tower mid lane. MUFC there with support, cavalry coming in, and are they able to take down a tower of their own? That would be nice, because that would make that fight definitely in their favor. I mean, losing a tier 1 tower, even though they got it denied, is quite a big thing to have happen. Not just for that gold that you give away, but mostly for that TP point. So that you can have some extra... It gives you so much map control, that mid tower. So much easier to go everywhere. But they take down a tier 1 tower mid, so that's definitely taking that advantage of that team fight, making sure that they get a lot in return for that one. And they didn't actually lose all that much. Just to deny they just denied the tier 1 tower, so we couldn't really ask for any better situation than that. Got a couple of kills. 2 even. 2 kills. The Templar Assassin picked herself up a Wraith Band. Phase boots up on her as well. Probably gonna go for either a Desolator or a Blink Dagger or something, regardless of, or, you know, it will depend on how much farms he gets. We have Chen building towards a mechanism. And we have a smoke up. That's why I'm following these. And he is actually level 6. Burrow Strike, Epicenter, Death Prophet is gonna drop for sure. And it's Venommancer that picks up the last hit. Hand of God going through in the meantime. Well, there's smoke off for orange as well. This time there's level 6 Tidehunter. There is also a black hole, so they could go for this. It is gonna be an even fight in numbers though, and they don't have to deal with this epicenter. Do they want to go for it though? Looks like they are. Here they come. Here they come. Burst Strike first. And Enigma really has to start doing something. There goes the Ravage, but it's already the Venomancer that gets sent home, and it's the Enigma that drops first. Burst Strike up on the Tidehunter, who has to get away from that one. Gets a Burst Strike again, and he goes down the same time as the Chen goes down as well. Sonic Wave picks up a kill, or at least it was the Venomancer that got a double kill from that one. Templar Assassin is going to be okay, but 2 versus 1. And here comes the Death Prophet. He might be able to turn it around. Sand King Sandstorm is still on cooldown. He will go down as well as the Templar Assassin. And it's gonna be Death Prophet trying to get a kill up on the Queen of Pain. Will she be able to do that? Silence is there. And she gets a kill. Double kill for Yamate. And it is, indeed, it is 3 versus 3. So she made it even, but not a very good fight for Orange. I mean, they came there. They came there with 3 heroes, with a black hole walking around, Enigma, Tidehunter, he did use his Ravage. They came there with a Templar Assassin, and all 3 of those died. And Venomancer actually got a double kill from that. I mean, he landed his ulti, then he landed the Gale, was able to pick up 2 kills from that one. I mean, and he stayed alive too, because he got sent home by Chen. So a great fight once again for MUFC, regardless of the heroes that they lost. Because that was actually, it was the only one that wasn't there was the Windrunner, who was level 6. But it also wasn't a fight with the Lone Druid in there. Lone Druid, he's just continuing farming. What does the bear have so far? And the Relic is already complete, 13 minutes in. Doing a great job. And Orange really has to watch out here. Gold graph back to 0. Towers are even again as well though. Kills are definitely not even. Templar Assassin. Landed the trap upon the Lone Druid. Power shot going through. This is the experience graph, slightly in favor of MUFC. That's the difference in towers. Sorry, the difference in kills rather. I want to go for something. Won't be able to do so though. Or won't be able to, won't be wanting to. Gem of True Sight Venomancer. We saw that earlier, but I didn't really point it out just yet. And that's Wars just being killed off one by one. Haste Rune. Nice deny from Mushi. He's not gonna get that Haste Rune. In the meantime, top lane, Epicenter being channeled. They wanted to go for the Templar Assassin, but Refraction doing its job. Silence upon the Queen of Pain, and the melt damage just melts her.
Dead.
Queen of Pain dead. Sand King, he wants to get out. He is gonna get out. But Queen of Pain not so lucky. Good pick off for Orange. Now take a look at this this screen for a second. I mean, we've got Queen of Pain, who has died. I'm looking at the target. I mean, we know that it's 7-5, slightly in favor of MUFC, but I'm just looking at the targets who died. Because it's a Venomancer and the Lone Druid that hasn't died yet, and of course Venomancer is not going to make that much difference, even though Venomancer is 3 for 0, which is actually quite good. But he's a support, he won't have that big of an impact, and it's actually Queen of Pain that died 3 times so far, which is quite painful. On the dire side, it is a Templar Assassin that died 3 times. Also not very good, with the Windrunner not dying just yet, but then again, Windrunner hasn't really done anything at all. So far there's not really, I mean, apart from a Lone Druid, who is doing a really good job, is just farming. I mean, he is doing what Lone Druids should do. He is farming, not getting himself caught out in team fights, and just farms the whole time. But my point was, wow, I lost my train of thought for a second there. My point was that there's not really one hero that is really looking to be overpowered later on, apart from a Lone Druid, which is on the side of MUFC, so they're doing a very good job at keeping Orange distracted, keeping the pressure on, and
bottom tower
just continue to do so while their Lone Druid is farming. And I should actually put up this one. Gold per minute, and even though it's the Death Prophet that's highest up on there, which is, oh, Shadow Strike. Death Prophet pops her Sonic Wave Queen of Pain. The Ravage being used, and it's actually the Death Prophet that drops to the Gem Sass of Faith. Mushi, what are you gonna do? You're outnumbered. You are going to die. I will prepare you for your death. And there we go, Queen of Pain picking it up. In the meantime, Black Hole catches a lot, but the Burst Strike was there to interrupt it, and X will die here. The same goes for the Templar Assassin, and that is 4 down for 0 in favor of MUFC. And I mean, the Black Hole was used, the Ravage was used, and the Epicenter from MUFC was not used. That is just the Queen of Pain doing her job. Sonic Wave there, Death Robot goes down so fast. She wasn't there to help out with her exorcism anymore, and now the Queen of Pain is on this top lane, but that was just a massacre. There was nothing that they seemed to be able to do. Gale hits, Death Prophet, what are you gonna do? Test of Faith, almost gonna die once again, and she does drop. Lone Druid picking up the kill. We saw Winter trying to deny, but wasn't able to do so. And that's gonna be a tier 2 tower dropping. MUFC looking very strong, regardless of their lack of teamfight compared to Orange. Templar Assassin just not able to bring it in this fight so far. Shackle latches the bear to the Master. I'm not gonna do anything anymore. Radiance being completed up on the bear, that will make a difference. Burrow Striker, this is the epicenter. They want to go for X, and they get X too. Refraction off, Templar Assassin. Is there gonna be an entangle? No entangle just yet. Queen of Pain blinking, screaming, and going out again. Templar Assassin not dead just yet. Burrow Strike up on Yamate. Exorcism is there once again. Are they gonna be able to stop that one? No, they're not. Tier 2 tower still standing in the meantime. Blink Dagger up on the Sand King, and that was just MUFC showing that they can just stand there the entire time without getting killed off. Oh, without getting killed off. Yeah, they barely got killed off. They did not get killed off, and they got kills. They surely got kills. 13 for 5. Goal difference 2k is not that much, but it's 2k in favor of MUFC, and I say it's not that much, but at the same time, that was the first fight that a Lone Druid mingled in. The first fight, the Lone Druid actually said, you know what guys, I have been farming the entire game, I got a Radiance on my bear, deal with it. And he's gonna be farming a lot faster now. I'm gonna go up and put net worth on. I mean, it was Death Prophet in favor first, and she got herself a Bloodstone, but look at that charges. She's got 2 charges on a Bloodstone. That is not that much. And I will once again say, this is the World Cyber Games Malaysian Qualifier Finals to determine which one of these teams will A. Go to China, B. Go participate into the Asian Championship Games, which will start tomorrow. Sand King, Blink Dagger, we're still being picked up after the last team fight. I mean, he's had a very, very hard first couple of minutes on the game, but he has been picking it up. And he's not got any kills for himself, but he's got 10 assists out of the 13 kills that are made. And that is quite massive. It looks like Orange is thinking about going for Roshan. I might rethink that though. No, they're not. Just trying to bait out something. They have all their team fights up again, and they need to find a team fight. That is what they're built around. Team fights and ganks by Templar Assassin. But Templar Assassin, even though she got her she got her Vanguard, she is not. I mean, go for that Vanguard kind of says enough. It says, okay, you know what? I will go for survivability. I'm not going to be that big of a ganker because so far my ganks haven't really been all that successful because I haven't been able to gank without dying. So I am just going to go for survivability and I will go for my melt damage in team fights. But they need to have team fights for that. They have the Ravage, they have the Black Hole. They need to have it all come together in one big team fight, and Roshan Pit is a good one to do that, and they know that. That is why they tried to go for something something there, but they weren't able to bait it out. Not able to bait it out for sure. And also something that we see missing is that on the Dire team is wards. There's only one ward up on the map, and that's this Radiant ward right here. And in case you're wondering, because you know when I say circles on the map, they're not really all that circle-ish. And I want to give an explanation for that because I've seen a lot of circular maps of circular circles being drawn on the map. Oh, Gale! That throw access isn't being used. Silence up on net. Do you want to continue going for that? No. Nope. Oh no. Anyway, my circles are not that round because I am actually a lefty and my mouse is in the right hand. That is my explanation. I just wanted to have said it once. Because it is, I notice it, so I wonder if other people notice it too. I automatically assume that, but no, probably wrong assumption. But this time I gave an explanation. As you see, MUFC, well, they keep on the pressure on this middle lane. And they can do that too. You can just send the bear there trying to throw some attacks down. And I say trying, but they have been doing that. Half HP gone off the tower already. Venom Queen of Pain getting shackled. Melt damage pops her BKB. Is gonna be able to get away. Wow. I'm not joking. And the bear goes down. Sorry, the tower goes down. It's Jen that picks up the last hit. Silence up on 3. But it doesn't matter. Tower is down. They got what they came for. Stream died. Ah. I'm gonna see Templar Assassin fall while I fix the stream. Refresh. Should be up again shortly. Don't know why that happens. Oh, Dynasty goes down. Lone Druid. Sonic Wave. Epicenter. And when people come back and see this, they're thinking like, wow, what happened? And the Black Hole catches 3 people. But is there gonna be damage? No, there is not. Power Shot will still kill off the Venomancer, but it's just a Venomancer TPing out from the Lone Druid in the midst of all of that. He'll be fine. TP out for Queen of Pain. She'll be fine. Sand King. He's gonna not TP out because he thinks he's fine anyway. He just blinks and runs. Sorry for that, by the way.
Regeneration.
I don't know why that happened, because it happened in the previous game as well, and not really for any specific reasons. Anyway, that team fight, just a short recap. That bear got a triple kill, I believe, or double kill at least. Purely by his radiance, because people were standing in a radiance aura from the bear. For example, Tidehunter was trying to get away, didn't get attacked with that radiance aura, was enough to bring him down. He did use his Ravage, Black Hole was used as well, and they were able to defend their tier 3 tower. But that is it. I mean, they got everybody of MUFC very low, and if you have that kind of team fight, you have to be able to to kill everybody off while the team fight is going on. After the team fight, if there's still so many people still alive, then you're doing something wrong. There just was not enough damage to go through, and that is the thing that they miss right now. They have to have everything come together. They have to have the Exorcism and the Black Hole and the Ravage all around the same time, especially the Exorcism while the Black Hole's going on. They need that burst damage. And Venomancer did die in that mix-up, in that fight. So he did drop his gem, which we now see on the Death Prophet. Will make him able to counter ward some more, and we do see instantly more wards up on the side of the Dire. But it's still, I mean, the important heroes of the Radiant side still didn't die. And Venomancer actually was the only kill that they got so far. 17 for 6. Gold graph, 7,500 in favor of MUFC. With the experience graph, 7,500 also in favor of MUFC. And may I just remind you that this is a best out of 3. And yes, there is a game advantage for Orange. So even if MUFC takes this game, it's gonna still mean that one more game has to be played for the win, for the trip to China. Hello, Boxhound. Why is he not opening his box a bit more? He's losing a lot of gold. Look at that. Losing gold while he flies. Smoke up for Orange. Looking for someone. Gonna find the Venomancer. Are they gonna kill off the Venomancer? Gale hits on the Enigma. Exorcism in the meantime. They want to go for this. Is there gonna be a Ravage from the side? Yes, there is. Hits on 3. Or hits on 2 rather. Sonic Wave going through. In the meantime, Queen of Pain kills off the Enigma as Epicenter went through. Kills off the Tidehunter. And it's gonna be Queen of Pain trying to go for Sharky, or sorry, Sharky going for KYX. Is he gonna be able to do it? Yes, he is. Blinking, screaming, getting it. In the meantime, Sand King still goes down to the Exorcism. Venomancer went down, but you know, it's just a Venomancer, and Chen at least is not gonna go down. Didn't even use his mechanism in that fight. Uses it now only as they want to go for Roshan, perhaps. Unless they rather go for the tier 2 tower, which they can go for, because what is Winter gonna do against that? Nothing really, to be fair.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Of course it's gonna be able to do it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And that is again, I mean, there was no black hole, there was orange. I mean, they landed a Ravage, nice. But then the team fight from MUFC came to bite them in the neck and killed off some of the heroes. Epicenter up to the higher ground. And they only killed off the Sand King, who, you know, did his job, already burst like Epicenter, all fine. And the Venomancer. And what's the Venomancer gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. And for the people asking, where is Mushy? Hello, Mushy. He is playing a Tidehunter in this game. As I realize that you probably want to see some other stats. Like, oh, like this one. Like that one. BKB up on the left profit, that might help her slightly. She actually has 4 Bloodstone charges now, which is more than she had a moment ago. She had only 2. So she did increase that slightly. And we have got Chen finishing up his Aghanim, so that will mean Hand of God every 30 seconds. And that will mean, you know, we already saw MUFC standing at the base of the tower and being able to stand there for a very long time because all of their heroes are so tanky. Apart from the Venomancer. And with a Hand of God every 30 seconds, they kinda don't have to move. They kinda can just stand there. Oh, hello, Orange, coming from the side. They have no Ravage yet though. 10 seconds. Do they want to go for this? Silence up on Queen of Pain, but she wants to go for something. Gets a gush in the face. Here comes the Lone Druid. It looks like MUFC wants to go for something, and there goes X already. No black hole for you, sir. Yamate gonna try to back out, taking so much damage though. Lone Druid double kill Mushi on the way out, and it looks like Orange. They are so much at the back foot. What are they gonna do to still get back on top of this game? Because right now, this is not the way to do it. Don't try this at home. KYXY, what are you gonna do? Gets a Shadow Strike, avoids it with the melt. With the melt, it's actually a very nice job. Like lightning fast fingers. Hand of God, that's one going through. Queen of Pain, destroying the tower. There goes the barracks, and they don't really have to back off because I do believe the mechanism, yeah, is still unused. And there's gonna be a Hand of God again in 20 seconds. Nice shackle. Looks like they will be wanting to back off. They rather want to go maybe to the mid lane, or actually, never mind. Never mind. This was game number 1 of a best out of 3. Orange calls it GG. MUFC will be going to the next game together with Orange, where we'll see, like, that one game will determine which one of these teams will be going to China, which one of these teams will be competing in the Asian Championships games, which will start tomorrow. And we'll be heading there as well. But that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait until the throne explodes, and then we're gonna see game number 2 of this best out of 3, where Orange has 1 game winner's bracket advantage. I'm just gonna wait until the throne explodes. Come on, you can do it. It's gonna take a long time. Oh, there we go. And Kroblos did not have a pipe. She had a BKB and a Bloodstone, if I'm correct. We can't see it anymore now. I just have to wait a second. Look at that Lone Druid, 640. That's why you don't let a Lone Druid free farm. Next game should be coming up straight after this one. Don't go anywhere. I'll leave this up for you for a slight while longer to watch. We have Venomancer and the Chen having a Gem of True Sight. Oh, I guess Venomancer bought a new one and they picked up the old one from the Death Prophet. That's probably the case. Anyway, let's see yourselves game number 2. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for more Dota 2 action.